Hello, inner tubers. How the fuck are all of you? You doing well? We're gonna have us a fine casserole today to celebrate September, which is Mexican Heritage Month. And it also just happens to be the birthday month of Rod and Vince of RKVC, my twins. You're following them, right? Yeah. So what do you think, inner tubers? Does that look fucking delicious? So here's the reason. A lot of you have asked for veggie stuff, either vegan or vegetarian, and well, this could be made vegan if you just leave out the cheese. Do whatever the fuck you like. Remember, if you like it, it goes in. If not, fuck it. So a few days ago, it was Rod's birthday, and he's a vegetarian. And you know, there's just nothing that says I like you and I love you and I'm your friend than making something from your own kitchen. And it's relatively inexpensive to do a gift for somebody that way. And besides which, the boys don't cook that much at home and they love home-cooked food. I mean, who the fuck doesn't, right? I'm kind of crazy about enchiladas. Well, I like enchilada casserole. I like enchiladas rolled up by themselves. And I thought I could make enchilada casserole for Rod. As you'll see later when I do the prep and putting it together, it's a lot fucking easier to make a casserole than it is to make individual enchiladas. And everybody gets the same amount of shit anyway, so it's all good. So what did I choose to put in it? I chose zucchini and yellow squash, and I found this package at the store that's for fajitas, and it's got an onion and a green pepper and a red pepper. And Rod likes all of those things, and Vince eats anything. He eats anything pretty much that you put in front of him, except he needs to be gluten intolerant. Well, there, I've got that nailed down with corn tortillas, right? So then I thought, well, you know, I could add some beans, black beans and pinto beans. Ooh, that would add some texture and a little bit of crunch, and you know how I go with that, right? Oh shit, that shit is lit. It's just fucking lit, that's all there is to it. And then later on you'll find out the secret ingredient. You might have noticed that I use zucchini or yellow squash in a lot of my recipes. And the reason is you get your veggie component, you get a little bit of fiber, and you can add texture and bulk without masking any other flavors. I mean, they're just so fucking versatile, right? I mean, it's like the keychain, right? It's the keychain to everything you make. Now, I bet you're wondering why I poked a hole in the top of this can of enchilada sauce instead of taking it off with a can opener. Well, I like to have control, and when you punch holes in the top, you can control the flow, and that works for a lot of things. Now, it just so happens that I have a couple of these white bowls. You've seen them before in my cooking, and they're just slightly larger than the diameter of a tortilla. Perfect! Fucking perfect! Okay, now check it out, kids, right? It's Mexican Heritage Month. It's all these wonderful colors. You've got the colors of the landscape, you've got the colors of the flag, and it just looks so fucking yummy. I'm ready to have a party right now. I like to use this 4-cheese Mexican blend because it's a really great mix. But the package? Fuck no. It says right here, easy open tear here, not with my arthritic hands. I'm using my scissors. Yeah, just look here. Festive, festive, festive. I'm telling you, it's party time. In terms of zucchini and yellow squash, another reason is there's so little waste. You cut off the top, you cut off the bottom, boom, done. Now, you must cut everything in about the same size. About the size of a cashew is perfect. And everything has to be about the same size. Size matters. Yes, it does. Look at there, even just these 2 veggies in the bowl is so pretty. So we're gonna put these in the frying pan with a little bit of olive oil on a medium heat and just stir them around a little bit. Yes, look fuckers, this is a plastic fork. Don't give me shit about using a meat fork. It's plastic. And by the way, if any of you know where to find one of these, you hook me up, okay? This thing is at least 30 years old and I can't find it anymore. I bet you fuckers are wondering where's the hot shit, where's the spice, right? Hang tight. All you need right now is a little salt and pepper. I'm gonna put a lid on this shit because it's really just steaming, not frying. Why do I look like I'm gonna slice open someone for an operation? Because I don't like the smell of onions and peppers on my hands, and sometimes I rub my eyes and, you know, that shit's no good. And look at this fucking bonus, man. The packaging is compostable. That's hot shit right there. You know, one of the disadvantages of buying this package of already somebody else chopped it up shit, they leave in garbage that I wouldn't. One other thing is it might be easier to just chop your own shit your own way. That's entirely up to you. It's your fucking cooking. I told you it was Mexican Heritage Month, right? This even looks like the Mexican flag colors. So, you know what? Hello to our neighbors down south. This has been maybe 15 minutes on the stove, and now everything is just the right amount of softness. Well, you know, soft, hard, that whole thing. You add the onions and the peppers. Oh, another little bit of steaming, another little bit of saute. This will be perfect to add to the bowl. Before you make this casserole, I caution you to grease up the pan. I'm greasing a disposable pan because I'm going to give this away. And you know that old thing about never give back a dish without putting something in it? I don't want the boys to have to think they have to give me back something. They got the dish, they got the casserole, it's yours, throw the pan away. Love you. This is also super, super fucking awesome for potlucks. You don't have to do any dishes or bring anything back, and you can leave the party early if you don't like it. So y'all remember my big ass bowl, don't you? I love this thing because I can stir shit up and not lose anything. And I have plenty of tools for stirring shit up. Everybody needs stuff in their toolbox for stirring shit up. Look, black beans, now pinto beans. Yeah, and the chilies. It's so gorgeous. Oh wait, I have one more secret ingredient. Have you ever heard of potato enchiladas? Well, I am adding potatoes to this mix. Yo, frozen hash browns for the win! Fuck yeah! It's gorgeous. It's just fucking gorgeous. And it looks delicious. Now, because I'm making this for someone else and I don't know exactly their spice preference, I haven't added a bunch of shit to it. The enchilada sauce has a little bit of kick to it and plenty of flavor, and they can add whatever the shit they want. Hot sauce, chilies, I don't give a fuck. It's not my meal, it's theirs. One of the things I like to do when I make this casserole, and believe me, I've learned this the hard way by not doing it in the past, is I line the bottom of the pan with just a little bit of sauce. That way, the tortillas don't stick to the pan. Simple, right? Simple little things sometimes make all the difference. Now, let's assemble these motherfuckers, right? You dip the tortilla into the sauce. Make sure it's 100% covered. How about a little example of why this is an enchilada casserole and not a whole pan full of enchiladas? I'm making one, right? I dip the tortilla, I put in the filling, I put in the cheese, I roll it up, the fucker comes apart. Shit, into the corner you go, I'm making a casserole. And for the first layer, make sure you squeeze it into the corners, okay? Make sure the whole bottom of the pan is covered. Now, add some veggies, sprinkle them nicely. Now add some cheese. Oh boy, pick it right out of that bowl. You see, I set this stuff up so that I could reach everything I needed and just get it done quickly. Task ergonomics, folks, it matters. I know that I have enough stuff to make a 3-layer casserole. So, after the second layer of veggies, I'm gonna put a little extra sauce just to make sure it's nice and moist. We love the moist, right? Yeah, now the cheese, repeat. Now smash it down. Smash it down so we don't run out of room at the top of the pan. So right about now, I'm running out of enchilada sauce and I'm running out of cheese. That's because I would rather refill the bowl a little bit later than have it overflow and make a mess in the first place. This is the last layer of veggies. Do you see how fastidious I am? Making sure that there's an equal layer all over everything, equal portions. That's my thing. I'm sorry. Everybody's got something. The last layer doesn't have as much cheese because it will burn. How do I know that? It happened to me before. You get the benefit of my mistakes. A little bit of sauce on the top and I write my GPM, G being bigger than the PM. There you go, ready for the oven. So now I bet you fuckers are wondering, oh Granny, how hot should the oven be? Well, if you haven't been watching my videos enough, I'll give you a clue. It's 325. If I were using my own Pyrex pan, I could just put it in the oven, but this is a little flimsy and I don't want to run the risk of losing any of it, so I'm going to put it on a cookie sheet. Yeah, I'm just smart that way. Deal with it, fuckers. I thought about the distance between the cookie sheet and the casserole pan. I thought I might put a rack in, but that seemed just a little bit too unstable. So no, not this time. In the oven for probably no more than 30 minutes, because really all you need to do is warm this. It doesn't need to cook. Everything has been cooked. You know, other than cutting into the casserole, this is my favorite time. This is like the last 10 miles in your long drive somewhere, going or coming. This is when everything is really falling into place. Look how lovely and bubbly that is. Oh, so close to perfect. Well, you know, that's me, that's you, that's all of us fuckers. My inner tubers, I love you. That was an extra I love you, just for you. I was in the other part of the house doing something else, and 35 minutes went by instead of 30. But look, this doesn't look like I ruined it. So I think, yeah, it's ready to be pulled out of the oven. It's pretty important to let this settle when you take it out of the oven for maybe 10, 15 minutes. Otherwise, you're just gonna end up with soup. I'm about ready to cut into this beauty. What do you think? The boys are here. I bet they're gonna dig in. I like to use a really sharp-edged spatula, and this is why you cut the vegetables small and why you cook them, so that you don't end up with a problem. Oh, a corner piece. Everybody loves a corner piece. It's like a corner seat. Now a little smaller spatula to dip it out. Oh my gosh, look at that! There's a fine art to plating food. I'm learning it. Can you guys see that not that much of it stuck to the bottom or the sides? And really, it'll come off pretty easily. Boom, just like that. Now, if this were some sort of fucking gourmet restaurant, I'd have little sprigs of green shit. But it's just the boys, and they don't care about green shit, so we're gonna dig in. Or they are, actually. Because this has stuff in it that I don't like, remember? So here's what it looks like inside. So many pretty layers. Now it's time for the taste test. What do you think, boys? Here's yours.
It looks amazing.
Here's yours.
That is a huge portion.
Well, you can take the leftovers home. Hot sauce?
I will.
Hot sauce?
Please. More.
This shit's mad. Ugh. You want some too?
No, this is perfect.
Do you see? That's why you don't add anything. He likes the hot, he likes the not.
Woo! Where's all the green shit?
This is my house, boys, not a fucking fancy restaurant. So hey, while the boys finish up, share my shit, tiny sponsor. I've given that speech so many times. If it were not for them, I would not be able to do these videos with the boys. They are creator first, and if you are a creator, you need to connect with them. And if you are a sponsor, if you make anything that goes in here, I should be doing shit for you because I'm a great cook. And Patreon, you guys, will you please check out my Patreon and see if you can sponsor me? Pledge $3, $4, $5, $6 a month. Something, I would love it. YouTube, hit the subscribe button. Facebook, hit the follow button. Share my shit. Send it off to somebody you know who loves to cook or who wants a veggie recipe. You can take the cheese out. It wouldn't take that much out of the flavor of the casserole. You guys are silent. You're completely silent. I guess they like it. Hey, Granny loves you. And you. And you.
Love you. Love you. And this food.